I'm Steven McNeil. I'm the Chief Curator and Director of Exhibitions at the Art Gallery of Greater Victoria. We're sitting in A View From Here, Reimagining the AGGV Collections. This installation brings together works from our core collecting areas, Indigenous art, Canadian art, and Asian art. These galleries give visitors the chance to see and experience the strengths of the AGGV collections. The idea is they complement the temporary exhibitions that we have in the other parts of the building. The Indigenous and Canadian art installations include thematic sections on Emily Carr and early 20th century modernism, mid-century modernism in BC, the 19th century and salon style hanging, and contemporary art. Our early 20th century modernism in Canada section includes works by Emily Carr, installed alongside works by her contemporaries. Many of these are works by members of the Group of Seven, some of them are by lesser known artists. Here you're looking at a piece by Emily Carr entitled Hillside in France from 1911. This painting shows the influence of her time studying in England and France. From her French studies, Carr took on the brushwork and colors of post-impressionism. For a young woman from Victoria at that time, these were radical and contemporary ideas about painting. The mid-century modernism section in A View From Here features art and objects from British Columbia. It celebrates and provides a glimpse into the bold aesthetics of modern living that flourished in BC in the decades immediately following the Second World War. Here we're looking at BC Binning's painting Convoy Underway of 1948. Binning sketched the composition for this painting while sitting in a small boat floating in front of a fleet of World War II ships. He was struck by the elegance and regalness of their forms, as well as by the calm stillness. He saw them as both glorious but also tinged with sadness, having their glory stripped away, sitting in calm, still waters. This space behind me presents a salon-style installation of works from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Salon-style hanging is a method of installing paintings from floor to ceiling that flourished in Europe from the 17th century on and was used widely in competitive exhibitions. A View From Here includes several works by 19th and early 20th century Canadian painters. Victoria's own Sophie Pemberton features prominently in this gallery. Sophie's recognized today as the first artist from British Columbia to really receive significant international recognition at competitive exhibitions in London and Paris. She was a real trailblazer among artists of her day. Right now, we're looking at Sophie Pemberton's painting, Rejected. Depicts the artist sitting in her own home, slumped in a chair, looking dejectedly towards a painting that had been submitted and rejected from the 1898 annual exhibition of the Royal Academy in London. This is an extremely important and personal work by the artist, and in terms of its subject, it's completely unique within Canadian art history. This is a portrait of Michael Morris by Attila Lukács. Michael Morris was a major figure in the West Coast art scene from the 1960s on. He was raised in Victoria and had his earliest art experiences right here at the Art Gallery of Greater Victoria. He went on to earn international acclaim as an artist, living in Vancouver, Berlin, and New York before returning to Victoria later in life. The Art Gallery of Greater Victoria collects contemporary art with a focus on work from British Columbia and especially works from Victoria, Vancouver Island, and the Gulf Islands. One of my favorite parts of A View From Here is the section on mid-century modernism in British Columbia. It really gives visitors a chance to get to know this part of the world and to think about things that were happening here in a really radical modern way in the decades right after the Second World War. The AGGV has such a vast, deep collection. It was really extraordinary to work on this installation and to think about if a visitor was going to come for one afternoon, what would you really want them to see? And what could be selected from thousands of objects and brought into the gallery space? The AGGV has received extraordinary gifts over the years, including a group of works that once belonged to Eric and Maud Brown. Eric Brown was the first director of the National Gallery of Canada, and his widow Maud chose to send their personal things to Victoria when the gallery was brand new and looking to build a collection. Right now, we're looking at Eric Brown at Home, a painting from 1926 by Peggy Nichol-McLeod. It shows Eric Brown, the first full-time director of the National Gallery of Canada, sitting in a comfy armchair at home. This painting was made by Peggy Nichol-McLeod, who was a young artist who received significant mentorship and support from Eric and his wife, Maud Brown. A View From Here brings out the strengths of the AGGV collections and gives visitors an opportunity to see objects they know and love and associate with the AGGV. This way, when we host temporary exhibitions, regardless of the theme, you know you'll always be able to come here and see really extraordinary works from our collections of Canadian art, Indigenous art, and Asian art.